I'm the White Blade for Powit.tv. I would like to talk to you about Blade: House of Chthon on DVD. Now, this movie is being packaged and marketed as a Blade movie. It is even also being packaged with the first 3 Blade movies as basically Blade the Complete Collection. So that would basically mean that it's the 4th movie in the Blade movie series. In reality, this was originally made as the pilot episode for Blade the Series, which was a TV series on Spike TV. So basically what we have in this DVD, it's a 2-sided DVD, straight out of 1998. So on one side, there's the pilot as it was presented on Spike TV last year. And on the other side is the extended version, which has about 5 minutes of extra scenes, the unrated version that we, wouldn't see on TV. Both run at about an hour and a half. Now, having seen the pilot episode a number of times, I didn't really notice anything too considerable that was added to the extended version. There was a slight bit of nudity that obviously couldn't get by on TV, but that was about it. The movie itself and the TV series does follow the first 3 movies chronologically. So, Blade has the same backstory. There's even a flashback to a scene from the first movie to help to explain that. And although the story itself is not an origin, the way we are told the story of Blade is through an outside character that works his way into the story and learns for the first time. So we have Army Sergeant Krista Starr, who's looking for her brother, and basically she runs into Blade in doing so, and gets to kind of work for him. So then she goes into the vampire world, which basically gives her great excuses to dress slutty and stuff, and I think Jill Wagner, who plays the character, was very well suited for the job of being the, hot girl. That was very well done. So she runs into Marcus Van Sciver and his entourage, other vampires like Chase and such. Now, all these extra characters, Krista, Marcus, Chase, and others are totally well done, very interesting characters in the show. And I think the strong suit of the show is the interesting villains and side characters. But that being said, it also sort of becomes the weak point of the show because there's so much focus on these other interesting characters that the title character of Blade himself kind of gets lost in all this. Now, I think that Kirk Sticky Fingers Jones, who's a rapper, did a really amazing job playing Blade, and he brings a lot of, something new to the character while still being faithful to it. But the show itself, the story itself, doesn't really focus too much on what's going on with Blade and his, Asian man lover, who sort of replaces the Whistler type character in this situation. The story is certainly solid. It's written by David Goyer. Now, he wrote the first 3 Blade movies. He also did some other great films like Dark City and Batman Begins. The character development, as I mentioned, is very well done. There's a very good story. It's very in-depth. It focuses a lot on interesting things about the mythos of vampires in this world and, how they work into society and things like that, different clans and all sorts of crazy things. So the story of this movie, as with the whole TV series, is basically really very good. From a visual perspective, the picture quality of this DVD was quite good. Now, when Blade was originally aired on Spike TV, it was in standard definition since Spike doesn't have an HD feed anywhere. The show was actually shot in HD, so there's a pretty, excellent transfer to a, anamorphic widescreen DVD version of this movie, and it certainly looks a lot better than it did when it was originally broadcast, so that was pretty good. There were a number of interesting features on this DVD. There are 2 audio commentaries that are going with the extended version of the movie. Also, there's a behind-the-scenes featurette which provided pretty good insight into the story and the making of the whole movie. The only problem I had is it was kind of depressing because it was actually shot while they were making the TV series. So you've got all these actors and writers and everyone who's super excited about all the amazing places the TV series can go, but the TV series has been canceled, so you know, that's a bit of a downer, right? Also, there's some TV commercials there, which is the kind of thing I find interesting. TV commercials for Blade the series, of course, and that was kind of cool. So I would definitely recommend that people pick up this DVD, especially if they haven't actually seen this yet, because it's a really amazing story that I think a lot of people have overlooked. The one thing which really bothered me about the whole thing was that it was just the pilot episode, so basically 2 hours worth of stuff when there were basically 12 episodes of the series. It would not have been that hard to have packaged an entire set of the show. So when I was in the store and I saw this, you know, sticky fingers on the box and it said Blade Complete Collection, I was totally excited. Oh my god, the whole TV series, but it was like with all these old movies, which was a great deal, but I already had them because whatever, because they were cheap when Blade Trinity came out and I already had the other movies then, but whatever. I just want to say that I'm mad at you guys, the viewers, for, you know, not watching this show enough when it was on TV, because I watched it and apparently no one else did because it still got canceled, and I'm still cheesed about that. And I know every time a show gets canceled everyone gets all mad, but this one was really good and better than a lot of the crap that, you know, people still whine about, so whatever. But that's just the way it is. We'll have to accept that. So hoping for a better full season set of the show later. Who knows? For now, you can buy this, watch it. The story doesn't really finish, but you know, it's a good story for kind of a 2-hour movie, and you should check that out. So once again, this is the White Chocolate Blade that's reminding you to keep watching Powit.tv for all the best news on movies, which are actually TV shows based on movies, which are based on comics.